welcome back to
the Nerd Guys Podcast.
Oh man, we got a down bad episode today, so
I'm not about to be down.
Still, viewer discretion is advised. As you know, if you haven't been here before, I am Jamie Shadow 9.
And I'm Kitsune Sai.
And we are the Nerd Guys. We do this little thing called the Nerd Guys Podcast, and if you're here, you've probably heard of it, We're in our second season, and we're on episode 7. It's crazy. It's crazy that we're on episode 7 already. That's nuts. Oh man. So, speaking of the episode, what are we talking about today?
So, we've all watched anime before. We've all had that special someone that just makes our anime viewing experience that much better. For all the people out there that can appreciate the way characters are drawn. And again, when I say appreciate, I mean just that, appreciate. They like the art style. They like the character for the personality that the voice actor or actress gives to them. They like the way that the character is written. You just enjoy everything about that character. Quick disclaimer. Everything that we're going to discuss today, we're doing it from a respectable way. The characters that we have in our list are women, and we will be ranking them. But we will be doing it on more than just looks. Please do not comment any negative messages in the comments below. Please do not start any lewd conversations in the comments below. We are all nerds here, but we will be respectable nerds. Anybody that violates this, it's simple. Your comment's just going to be removed. The Nerd Guys respect everyone equally, and we expect the community to do so as well. That being said, these fictional characters that we're about to mention were a part of our childhood, and they are partially responsible for influencing our choice in partners.
Absolutely.
Let the show begin. Baddies, where y'all at?
Baddies, where y'all at? Let's go.
Yo, somebody cue nosebleed. Cue nosebleed, because my nose about to be bleeding the whole time.
All right, let's go over the rules, shall we?
Here are the rules. The characters will be ranked by the following scale. They'll be ranked from 1 to 10. We'll be judging them on character design, intelligence, so how smart they are on and off the battlefield, if there is a battlefield. Most animes that you watch, there's a battlefield of some sort. So like they're fighting. Their natural skill, what talents do they have to help them in a tense situation? Their strength, physical strength, like what else? Like we're not talking heart here. Unless you talk about their courage. Like, do they run from a fight? Do they run toward a fight? Do they persevere when stuff seems scary? And their status. Where do they rank in their respective universe? All of this stuff is objective. This is purely our opinion. But we're going to do it. We're going to make it fun. And at the end of the episode, we definitely want to hear you all sound off in the comments. Were we right? Were we wrong? Were we just creepy? Drop it in the comments below, because this is going to be a very weird episode. And like, when I say weird, I know we're normally the nerd guys, but I don't know. I feel like this episode might get a little musty And like when I say musty, I mean like musty basement type of conversation, not what you all are usually used to. If you like this type of episode, yo, sound off in the comments. Let us know so we know that we're doing something right. If you all don't like it, like, let us know as well. Like, maybe it's the way that we have it written, but dog, let's just have some fun.
Also, if you don't like it, drop some topics. You know, some suggestions for other topics that we could talk about.
Yes, we don't have that long of a list for topics, and we're always looking for topics. So like, maybe something that we have in our list, like we don't feel like talking about tomorrow, but bruh. Again, let's keep it respectful. Keep your guard up at all time. Actually, I probably can't say that because that might be copywritten. Let's be respectful. Let's stay nerds. Everybody keep an open mind and let's be friends. Let's have some fun. Let's go. All right.
Fun.
So, currently we have 6 waifus on our list. Our waifus consist of Jamie, take it away.
All right. So our lovely waifus are Marina from Splatoon, Tsunade from Naruto. Oh god. Arzu from Pokemon Legends Arceus. Kigakure Shura from Blue Exorcist. Esdeath from Akame ga Kill. And Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
The reason why this list was funny is because we each put 3 characters in. So, again, I'm not going to dox who picked what character. We will equally take whatever marks. But remember, we are on a public platform, and it takes a lot of courage to say, yo, I thought this was a baddie in this show, and I'm going to put that down and pick them.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, everyone on this list is a badass.
100%. 100%.
Because they've all done something in their universe in one form or another. Like, you already know. Like, Marina from Splatoon, Tsunade, Naruto. Like, Grandma Tsunade. Like, we know where they're from. Like Jamie said, Azru or Erzu. Erzu?
I think it's Erzu or Arzu. One of those.
Arzu. Pokemon Legends Arceus. She was like an integral side character. Or wasn't she the...
She was the barber.
Hairdresser?
Yeah. She was the hairdresser.
Yes. Kiragakude Shura? I'm sorry if I butchered that. But... That's freaking Reno Kumara's teacher. Esdeath, can't speak for Esdeath because I've never seen Akame ga Kill, so yeah, y'all can flame me in the comments below for that.
Well, no,
it's on my to watch list.
I'll put in some for that. Like, for her, she's very much, I guess in a way, she lives up to her name, if that makes sense. She very much lives up to her name in the anime. And she has this kind of like stone cold personality, but when she interacts with the main character, that like changes, and it's great. And then, of course, Chun-Li, our Interpol agent, adopted foster mother. Yeah, she just does
Foster mother?
Yeah, she's a foster mom.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. I know in the most recent game she has a student.
Oh, what's the student's name?
I don't recall. I haven't played Street Fighter in a while.
If it's Fei Lin, then that's her adopted daughter.
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Yep, that's her adopted daughter.
Huh, I didn't know that. Well, spoiler alert, because I definitely did not get to that point. So, what are these characters' roles in their respective media? So, in Splatoon, Marina is a band member and a TV show co-host. She is the co-host of
Off the Hook.
Right.
I was like, wait, is there more to that? And I was like, no, there's not.
No. I was just going to say, because like I know you know, and I don't know the top. Like I'll keep it 100% real with y'all. Like I don't know. I don't remember what the name of the show was. I haven't played Splatoon 2 in like forever, but I do know that Marina is pretty badass because she comes back around for the final battle, and again, I'm not even gonna call it spoiler alert. That game's been out for some years, so if you don't know, you about to find out. She goes through and shoots, like, I forget what's the special called, like the big boom box special type thing where it's like a giant speaker.
Oh, the killer whale, right? Or
no, it wasn't a killer whale. It was one of the OG specials, I think. And
oh god,
the Splatoon community is about to flame us, but I'm pretty sure she fires it out of the helicopter at the end. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, that was the killer whale.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that.
I was like, wait.
And before, like, I just think she's crazy. And like the hilarious part is, as we were putting this together, a couple days later, I actually saw a community of people pop up on my For You page that were cosplaying as this character, and I was like, oh crap, I didn't know that Splatoon characters were super popular to cosplay as.
Yeah, it's a bigger community now. Like it got big when it first came out, and it just kept growing, and like 3 really increased it, and like Marina is in Side Order, the new, like the latest DLC that came out, and yeah, she looks great. She looks really good and you know, her friend and her other bandmate, and also her other co-host of Off the Hook, Pearl, is there too, so it's cool.
I always rocked with Pearl. Sidebar, I always rocked with Pearl just because she had that, like, I don't care mentality. But Marina was always my favorite of the two, just because she just looked like she kept it real. Now we have, of course, Grandma Tsunade. For those of you who don't know or might not have watched Naruto yet, again, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I never finished the entire series, so like I made it up to Naruto Shippuden and then got bored of it after a while and went, yeah, I don't really care about this anymore. And then apparently as soon as I stopped, it popped off. So whatever, I'm not budging on it. Yes, it's on my to watch list, and I am gonna go back and watch it from the very beginning. But I always remember Tsunade being like one of the baddest characters in the show, and I don't mean that like, oh my gosh, she was so fine. I mean, she was like one of the hardest people in that show. Like, hey, when I found out how old she was, I was like, bro, you're lying. Like, sis is old. Like, not crazy old, but older. And I'm like, bro, what you sipping on? Because I need some of that for myself. Like, I know you heard black don't crack, but damn, like, dog, you out here running around looking like you in your mid-30s when you low-key, like, in your 50s. Like, bruh. And she's mad crazy. Like, she's crazy strong to boot. Like, she... Put it this way. She went from being somebody that... you know, was basically like a drunkard gambler, like chronic gambler type of situation, to the leader of the village. And I think that's a respectable feat. She basically became like the head of her, well, not basically became, she did become the head of her village. Like, she became the equivalent of president from somebody that, you know, was basically just like a nobody. And I think that's super respectable. And she was like the greatest, like, I was about to say medicinal, but she was like, according to like Wikipedia or the Naruto wiki, like, she was the greatest medical nin in like the entire Hidden Leaf. Like, this was crazy. Like, she's crazy strong, and I feel like I want to give her, or I want to give the character their flowers, because, you know, I like Tsunade, and it's a shame that Sakura couldn't have been more useful.
Jesus.
Yeah, I went there. It is what it is. Change my mind. Convince me. I've had this conversation with Nix where I'm like, bro, Sakura was like mad useless. And she's like, well, she became more useful at the, like, toward the end. I'm like, nah, maybe I gotta watch it, but like, convince me.
I mean, that statement is true, but I mean, throughout basically the entire thing, what you said is completely correct. Like, Sakura's one purpose is the love triangle, really. And then, like, in Shippuden, we basically get over that. We basically get over the love triangle. Because at one point, like, she gets desperate because she can't see Sasuke, and then she tries to convince Naruto that she loves him, and he's like, nah, you're lying to me, bro. And I'm like, bro, you can't even convince this man who loved you that you love him, because you're still hung up on this dude that basically doesn't want nothing to do with you? Wow. And I know some people are like, oh, this is more complicated than that. I'm like, nah, bro, just see it for what it is. Don't play yourself.
We just got the whole Naruto fan base riled up now.
It's fine.
It's pretty hilarious.
I mean, we already had them riled up from the beginning because we didn't pick anyone else. We picked Lady Tsunade, so.
I don't know. That's like saying, you know, we picked Jiraiya or Minato. You know, again, two other really good characters, but because we didn't pick the, you know, if we did a different episode like this for dudes, like, you'd be getting upset because we didn't pick Naruto. Like, it is.
Listen, it's like, oh my god, you didn't pick Goku? It's like, bro, there are other characters in the show. Come on now.
Exactly. All right, so Erzu, you want to Tell us who she is.
So Arizu is, in theory, I don't know if they've ever confirmed this, but in theory, she's Mars's. Mars is from Team Galactic's ancestor, and I gotta bring up more about her. But she becomes a hairdresser for Jubilife Village. So if you want to change your hair, or basically if you want to change your appearance, you just go to her. And I believe she's a captain as well. Let me get over here and make sure what I'm talking about. Yeah, so her regular duties are as a warden, and she takes that seriously, and she tends to burden herself with excessive responsibilities and can sometimes get too reckless to deal with. So she tries very hard and doing the things that she's tasked to do, which, is why I was very I was very drawn to her, because she has this very hardworking personality. She's funny, she's nice, and yeah. I mean that's basically the whole thing. Plus, I
don't know if nice is the word I'd use for her. She seemed to be a bit of a hard ass when you were when I was playing through it. She was pretty sarcastic.
Yeah, she likes messing with you. She likes messing with you as the main character, but I think that she really does. She does care about her friends, and she considers your main character as one of her friends, and I like that about her.
And she offers us potato mochi.
Does she? I thought that was someone else.
But everybody offers you potato mochi in that game.
Alright, I'm gonna say this right now. That was the one thing I learned to hate. I was like, no. No. Bro, can we eat something else? Jesus. I know this is ancient Sinnoh, but is potato mochi the only thing we eat? Come on, man.
I mean, potatoes are cheap, though.
I know that they're cheap, and it makes sense with the lore. But the town was growing other vegetables at the time. So I'm like, come on, man. Throw us something else that isn't potato mochi. I'm not expecting a 5-course meal, but bro. Even if it was a different mochi, I would have been okay with it. Oh, this is, broccoli mochi or something like that. Okay, well that's different. It's mochi, but it's at least different. Would you like to tell us about our next lovely lady?
Yes. So, Kirigakure Shura is from Blue Exorcist. Bruh. She is a highly decorated upper-class exorcist. And she's the main character, Rin Okumura's mentor. Bruh. Just for some context, if you don't know Blue Exorcist, Rin Okumura is a half-demon, half-human hybrid. He is the son of the devil. And for a man to be, basically just had awakened, he just basically awakened his demon half. And he was learning how to, abuse it. Long story short, man gets mad at OP in the universe, and this woman just comes along and basically shuts him down. Puts like an inhibitor collar around his tail, which is the source of his power. And locks his sword, which is how he harnesses his power. And prevents him from using any of his power. And I'm like, bruh, this chick is bad. Like, I appreciated her character design as well. Like, yeah, she runs around in a bikini top and like a denim jacket or something like that. But like, overall, it was very shocking because they made her look like somebody that could be super far removed and not have the honors that she has. Like, you know, I guess became the trope of certain characters. Like, they make them look like, oh, lackluster ragamuffins. And that's what she looks like. But she is a crazy hard fighter when it comes to it. Has crazy battle experience and knowledge. Well, I'll say battle knowledge. And is able to read a situation like pretty darn well. And, you know, I guess when I explained the rules earlier, I should have said we were going to try to rank them off of this. But, like, this isn't one of those super deep, oh yeah, we're going bar for bar type of podcast. Like, we're still being crazy opinionated about this. Because at the end of the day, this is all just opinion. I personally rocked with Shirta because, like, I really liked her as a character because I thought that she was, like, one of the more mysterious characters, per se. But as hard as she was on the main character, she did it out of a place of she wanted him to, A, live, and B, get stronger. Like, she was the teaching type, ironically enough.
That's nice. I love that. Yeah, like, that's a lot. That's good for me because when you described her, I got to know her, you know? So I love that. That's great. Alright, now time for Esther. Esther, man. So, Esther, she's a high-ranking general of the Empire. And Akame got killed. Basically, the season is about, like, this anime is about assassins and assassinations and stuff like that. She became the leader of Jaegers, which was the rival assassination group to the main character group, Night Raid, under the orders of the Prime Minister. Now, she, like what I was saying before, like, she falls in love with the main character. And at one point, you know, no, I won't say that. But yeah, so she's a tall, beautiful woman with blue hair. She's in a, you know, general's outfit, so, you know, you can imagine if you haven't seen her before. And like I said, she has this very, you know, cold as ice, very, you know, in a way, like, she kind of reminds me of Urza from Fairy Tail, but she's the bad guy, you know, very disciplined, very cold, cold, calculating. And she's like real strong. Like she's really strong. I think what I liked about her from the moment that I first met her in the anime is just how she carried herself. She wasn't just one of those kind of generic villains, if that makes sense.
She wasn't just another pretty face.
Yeah. There was more to her than meets the eye, and what made it more interesting is the fact that she fell in love with the main character. I thought that really added something, a different dynamic, especially because like at the time there weren't a lot of like animes that I've seen that did that sort of thing. So I was like, man, this is good. I like that.
Now we have probably the most famous out of all these characters, Chun-Li. Chun-Li is an Interpol officer, so that's how she started out. After the death of her father by the hands of M. Bison, she went out and tried to seek revenge, ultimately becoming an Interpol agent, which actually led her to enter the first tournament that she fought in one, I forget, I think it was the first, I want to say it was the first Street Fighter game, but it might not have been the first Street Fighter game, but I'm pretty sure it was the first Street Fighter game. She eventually, practices for years and becomes a master martial artist. Currently in the universe, she is a martial arts master, and ironically enough, it wasn't until the Street Fighter game that I realized Chun-Li practiced Wing Chun, which, quote unquote ironic. It is what it is. Like, I think it's dope. Like, now, like, I was about to say, like you were saying, she has an adopted daughter, and her daughter practices the same type of martial arts, and it's actually a refreshing take on a new character, because where Chun-Li is now like this older, wise person, her daughter actually reminds you of her when she was earlier on in the franchise.
Yep, the circle continues. What I like also about Chun-Li is going along with you saying like her being a martial arts master, is she was called the strongest woman in the world. Like that was a title that was given to her.
I don't know if Chi-Chi will ever have that one.
So I love the story. When I found out the insane story, because it is an insane story of Street Fighter. The insane story of Street Fighter, I was like, oh. There's so many things that happen, and I learned more about all the characters. Chun-Li is definitely one of those characters I enjoyed learning about, and learning about how she adopted Fei Lin, and she did become a teacher to teach kids and Fei Lin her style of fighting and how to defend themselves and all that stuff, and how to become street fighters. It's cool. And to see Fei Lin in the Street Fighter was it 6? Yeah.
Yep.
It's such a cool, full circle.
All right. Now, moving on. We should probably run through this pretty quick, but Do any of these women have love interests?
Alright. So for Marina, it's a maybe. Like, it's suggested that her and Pearl maybe an item or not. I'm gathering that, like, from what I've seen in 3 and 2, it feels more of a mutual, like a super, like, she's very appreciative of Pearl, and like she's a big fan of hers. That's how it comes off to me. Now maybe I'm reading it wrong, you know, maybe there's something I'm missing, but just like from all the conversations, you know, Pearl to Marina feels like a cooler older sister type character, or cooler, like a super cool friend that she's excited to be around all the time, and she can't get enough talking about her. So like, that's why I put maybe, because I'm like, I guess if you want to read it that way, that they're in love with each other, then yeah, you could read it that way. But for me, I don't see it that way. I kind of get that they're really close, and she just really admires Pearl, and I think that that can be said something good about that. You know, it's okay to have a big admiration for one of your friends. Like, it's okay to be in love with, you know, with whoever you be in love with. That's okay too. But I think that that's just fine that Marina and Pearl are just super duper good friends.
For Tsunade, the one thing that I found online was that she was in love with a character named Don Kato, but ultimately he dies, and you know, Jiraiya, we all know Jiraiya was head over heels for her, but apparently this is the one thing that I thought was super interesting. Apparently, like, Jiraiya loved her so much that he was like okay letting her be in love with somebody else because he just wanted her to be happy. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought it was interesting just hearing that, or reading that Tsunade had a love interest at all, because like, for her to be the super strong, basically I don't need anybody type that she was, you know, at least when she was introduced, like, she did not strike me as the type of character that they would write a love interest for. Like, you know, since she was such a strong, like, independent character, I was like, oh, there's no way in the world she's going to be like soft and mushy around somebody. And I actually appreciated that. And finding out that she had a potential love interest kind of made her, I don't want to say lose points, but it was kind of bittersweet. Like, while I was like, oh, she is, like, the character is able to open up and be a little bit more vulnerable with another character, that's cool, but her image as like the strong, tough female character kind of, yeah, she kind of lost a little bit of points for her.
Oh, it's just like how I feel about Urza. Ha! Ha!
Yeah, because like when they're strong and they're like crazy independent, they're like, oh yeah, breathe fire. I'm like, oh man, they're awesome. I don't expect them to have anybody that they're just like, oh my gosh, head over heel for hard eye.
Like,
I expect them to just be the strong leader type.
I feel like you could put them in a relationship and still have them, you know, be the way that they are. But like, you know, I think that sometimes the writers kind of compromise that, you know, those personality traits to kind of fit the, you know, oh my god, I'm in love type thing. And it's like, you know, I know, you know, some people get that, you know, have that feeling, but like, there are some people who are a certain way but are able to still fall in love and still are like the stoic type character. That's what I mean. Like, you know, we've seen in a lot of media like how the cool stoic guy gets with the girl and he's still cool and stoic. Why can't a female character do that? Why can't a female...
I mean, my question is quite the opposite. There are people out in the world that are just perfectly happy being by themselves.
Oh, that's...
So why can't this strong character just be perfectly A-okay being by themselves?
Yeah.
But now we're talking about representation. So that's a muddy path that I'm not going to go down.
But yeah, like, still, like, it does make you like, as the viewer, kind of go, oh man, you know, because you have this, you know, you've been watching this character for so long, and now they're introduced to something else that makes them change, and it's like, that's not the type of character that you are. Like, why did that happen? But yeah, anywho, moving on to Arzu. She does not have a love interest as far as I'm aware and as far as the game says, so.
And Shota also does not have a love interest, at least not one that she was super, like, they're super clear about when writing. However, with the way that she's written as if she wants love, but more of the, hey, I would want somebody to love and I want somebody to love me, but my past and my upbringing prevent that, and I feel like I'm just kind of cursed because I have this, she has a curse mark on her, and like this is one of the other things that kind of makes her my favorite character in that, like, that universe. Her curse mark allows her to both put away and take out her blade, so like it's kind of gimmicky, like she pulls her blade out of her chest, but you know, when you think about it, like, even though they do the anime thing where like they gave her a big chest and she just like pulls her sword out, it's dope when you think about it, because if you had a curse mark that let you just store weapons in like a phantom zone and you could pull it out of that curse mark, bruh, you're telling me you wouldn't?
I would.
Like, I was about to say, let's keep it real.
I would, trust me.
Because I definitely would.
Bro.
Whether I put it on my chest or not, completely different story.
Listen, imagine if you could put anything. Like, I'd put my wallet in there.
Oh, man, I guess.
Listen, practical thinking, man.
Bro, my bags will always fly free.
Yo, for real.
And friends, if I could swing it.
Yo, imagine being able to put your friend in here. It's just, hold on, I got you, friend. All right,
climb into my curse zone real quick. All right, what about Esteth?
Esteth does have a love interest. Her love interest is the main character, Tatsume. But as I said before, she's the commander of the rival assassin group, and she's responsible for taking innocent lives. So you can imagine that he wouldn't be interested in her. But she does kidnap him and basically tries to have his child. So yeah, that's how obsessed she was. That, like, she did not care that he was from.
Whoa.
Yeah. She did not care about the fact that he was from the rival assassin group. she's like, "No, I want you, and I need you." And we could do this the easy way.
She was like,
the hard way.
She was like, I see you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. He probably tried fighting her. She was like, I see you choosing the hard way.
I think he tries to escape, and then she's like, nope. And then she captures him again, and she's like, "You're so cute trying to get away." And I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "Oh."
Bro,
okay.
She probably did it. She probably did it the way that they always do anime, like the cutesy, dainty anime types. Like, you're really cute when you try to escape.
Yeah,
Too bad you're not going anywhere. And then she just like gets super big and beefy and like slams them down or something like that.
You described it just right, and it's funny because like, you can see her dealing with like business with her assassin's group, and like I said, she's like cold and calculated and all that. And him, oh my god, this is my future husband. Say hi, future husband.
Meanwhile, man, just like, what?
He's like, no, let me go.
He's like, who is this husband you speak of?
So that stuff. I love that stuff.
So I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. Chun-Li, in the comic run, the Malibu comic universe, Chun-Li is depicted as having an interest in Ryu.
Yeah. There's a few characters in Street Fighter that gun for him.
Yeah, it's not just Ken. Ken's not Ryu's only love interest. I mean rival. Yeah, like, again, I don't know. Sitting back and like playing the limited amount of Street Fighter that I play, like I know the lore. I've watched plenty of videos about the lore, but to me, Chun-Li always seemed like that person that I guess in her universe deserves love, because she had her father taken away from her at a young age. She had to get really rugged and strong to be able to compete, but then she actually gradually grows to open up over time. So to me, that makes sense.
I think the most interesting thing about her is the fact that she doesn't end up with anyone. Like how we were talking about before, where, you know, a character is okay with being by themselves. Like, she kind of, you know, she fits that role where she, you know, she kind of like got comfortable, you know, not being with anyone. And I don't think it's necessarily that she never wanted love, but I guess because, well, not I guess, I know because I've watched the lore myself, because she was dealing with M. Bison and taking revenge for her father and fighting the other supervillains that would come through the Street Fighter series. She never really got the chance to put herself out there, and it does kind of suck for her because, like you said, I feel like she does.
AKA plot didn't allow it.
Yeah.
The writers did not write her that way. They did not want her to find love and go off happy. Meanwhile, Ken just took his earnings and just went, all right, peace out, y'all.
Yeah, he's a married man with a son.
Yup. He was like, peace out, y'all. And apparently a construction worker. Like, mans is rich and decided to get a job in Metro City as a construction worker. Like,
oh, also he has an apprentice as well.
well, yeah, technically in Street Fighter 6, you are his apprentice.
Oh, wait, you're his second apprentice? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the game, you ask him to teach you. That's how you learn his moves, like his moveset.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that's like the whole theme of that game. Your created character learns these characters' moves and how to fight like them by, asking them to be your teacher.
That's cool. I like that.
And now the moment we have all waited for. The title of the baddest baddie of all the waifu baddies in this list goes to, I don't know who you're thinking. Man. We never really discussed this off camera. We just
yeah.
I mean, let's do 1, 2, 3, and then say who we're thinking.
All right, let's go.
Ready?
All right.
We go on 3.
All right.
So it's like 1, 2, 3, then we say the name.
All right.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Chun-Li. Boom, there you go. And the title of baddest baddie out of all the waifu baddies in this list goes to Chun-Li. To me, she had like the most effed up upbringing. And like the most I guess you could say the most tragic backstory, but like her backstory wasn't that tragic. Like,
I mean,
Shurdo's was bad.
Her father was killed by a man who just wants power.
Yeah, but like, how many anime characters have had their parent killed just because the person was like in the search of power?
Yeah.
Like, how many? I feel like the spider people would not be impressed.
Especially a 1/20/99.
Yeah. Well, no, technically he lost his wife and daughter, and felt like every other spider person should lose somebody that they love because it makes him a better spider person. Actually,
doesn't that mean that Chun-Li would be a good spider person? By that
I guess. I guess you're right. Instead of starting a villain arc, she starts her hero arc. Alright, so our questions to you. Who do you think the baddest baddie in media is? Who's your waifu? Who do you think is the ultimate baddest baddie? And Jamie, take it away.
Can someone appreciate a woman or man, fictional or not, without being subjective? That's a good question. And also, is being down bad a good thing or a bad thing?
I feel like the nerds out there are going to have a lot of different opinions on this. I'll personally say this. I don't think being down bad is a good or a bad thing. I think it depends on the time and the place. Like, when you're down bad for a cartoon character, probably not the best. When you're down bad for a real life person, probably a little bit better, but not the best. But like,
I guess,
who am I to judge? You do you.
I guess for me, it kind of depends on how you go about it and how you react.
When I think down bad, I think the down bad man. Like, I think, sir. That's what I think when I think down bad. I think,
because like some people,
glasses get steamed up and fogged up, and you just like, oh my god, it's bae.
But I do say that there are some people who are like introvertedly down bad, so like they don't say it, but they feel it. Or like, and it could be said on their face, like, oh, you think that person is hot, or like they're very secretive about it, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
And that's what fan fiction is for.
Oh no.
And with that one, I gotta take us out of here. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for another episode of Nerd Guys Podcast. We truly do appreciate it. This was a pretty fun one.
I'm still reeling the fact that we both chose Chun-Li.
I'm not. I kind of felt like it was going that way. But until next time, I'm Kitsune Sai.
And I'm Jamie Shadow 9.
And we will catch you later.
Peace.
Peace.